For this recipe, we are going to need cabbages, of course, some shrimps, beef. I always like beef with a little bit of tendons. I don't like the plain red beef. And white pepper, some string beans, tomatoes, garlic, chili, parsley, green pepper, carrots, leeks or what we call spring onions. And here I have, I don't know its name in English, it's aniver, that's what they call it in French. I think it's anise seeds in English though. So let's get started. First we're going to boil our beef, and of course we need some salt and seasoning powder or cubes, what we call Maggi in Cameroon. For seasoning, we're going to just put a little bit of water, just a little bit because there is water in the beef. We're going to put a little bit of water, put salt, Maggi, and white pepper, and some onions. Oh, we need onions too, and some onions, and we're going to boil for 10 minutes. So we have it there: onion, salt, white pepper, seasoning powder, and we let it cook for 10 minutes. And then let's get to the vegetables now. So first we're going to go with the carrots. We're just going to peel it. We've washed everything already, so we're just going to peel it. After which we're going to slice it. Whatever slices you like, you can go for it. Carrots. Now I'll go to the string beans. I'm just going to cut off these ends that are dark. Yeah. This is not the kind of green beans we have in Cameroon. In Cameroon, it's quite short, but here in Thailand, it's really long. Only string beans. Doing that, I'm just going to place them together. I'm just going to place them together like that. And just cut desired sizes. So there you go. I'm done slicing my carrots and green beans. I'm just going to boil water now and add some salt and seasoning powder to blanch this, because I don't want the carrots sweet in the food, so I'm going to blanch it first before I put. And then here for my shrimps, I'm going to season it with salt, just half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of seasoning powder. White pepper. I'm just going to season it and let it stand for maybe 15 minutes while I do other things. So I'm going to mix it up. Okay, yes, I'm going to slice the cabbages. Very, not so big slices. Just really short slices. Slice all of it. Get back to 1 tablespoon of salt and green beans. Immediately it starts boiling over, I'm just going to take it out so that it doesn't get too soft. While we're waiting for the carrots and green beans to boil over, our meat is ready already. So I'm just going to slice the tomatoes, the green pepper, the spring onions, and the parsley. I'm going to slice all of them, and then I'm going to chop the pepper, and the garlic. Reason being that if I blend them, it's going to get watery. I don't want a lot of water in the food, so that's why I'm going to just chop them. I'm going to show you how. Carrots and green beans are boiling over already. See, but immediately it boils over like this. I'll just take it out and pour it in a colander, because if I leave it for a longer time, it's going to get soft and it's going to lose its color. There it is in the colander. You see, it still has its color because I didn't let it overcook. Okay, we move to other things now. So we're done slicing the green pepper, parsley, and leeks, and the tomatoes and onions. This one is going to get in the last. We're going to fry this one. Okay. Now for our cabbage, I'm just going to put a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm going to scrub it like this with my both hands. I'm going to scrub it until all the water gets out. Reason being that I don't want to boil it, because I want the food crunchy. I like my mixed vegetable quite crunchy because I don't want the vegetable to get overcooked. If I parboil it for a minute, it's going to get overcooked. So I just put my salt and I just wash it like that until all the water gets out. Okay, I have my vegetable oil in the fire. It's hot already. So I'm just going to put in my shrimps. My shrimps have been sitting for like 15 minutes. Remember, I seasoned them with salt, maggi, and white pepper. So I'm just going to put it in here and just fry. Okay. When the pink gets a little deeper, you know it's ready, and you can take it out. My shrimps have been frying for about 4 minutes now. I'm going to take it out now. I love it like that. I love when my shrimps are still moist. If you want your shrimps really dry, you can let it fry for longer, but I love my shrimps moist, so I'm just going to get it out now. Okay, that's ready. I've taken it all out. Now I'm just going to put in my tomatoes and onions in the same oil. My tomatoes and my onions, and I'm going to let it fry until it's ready. So I have my pepper and my garlic here. I have just reduced the sizes a little bit because I want to chop it in this. Do not freak out by the quantity of pepper you see. Thai pepper is not as spicy as Cameroon pepper. I know Cameroon pepper one is just enough, but here you need to put a lot to be able to get the food spicy. So I'm just going to put all of this in here. This is my little manual chopper. I'm just going to put it in here and chop. Okay, I have it in here, so I'm just going to close it. So I finished chopping my garlic and pepper. That's how it looks. I'm just going to put it in my pot of tomatoes and onion on the fire that's frying. We're going to fry them. Okay, so as I said, you have to really scrub the cabbage to get all the water out. See? All of this is water from the cabbage. I didn't add any water. It's water from the cabbage. So now I think it's okay. I'm just going to add water in there to rinse it. I'm going to rinse it out like 2 times and squeeze it. And I'm going to add it in my pot. Okay. So this is how far our tomatoes are fried. Now I'm just going to add my beef and the little stock I have there. I'm just going to add it. And then remember, we put some salt and seasoning powder in the beef, so we're going to test it if it's enough. If it's not enough, we just add some more. Put some salt and seasoning powder and just stir and taste. It's okay. Now we're going to add in our carrots and green beans. So we're going to put in our blended anise powder. And then I'm going to just go in now with my cabbages. Look at that color. We're not going to let this to cook for up to 3 minutes. Because we don't want the vegetable to get too soft, to get overcooked. Remember, you washed your cabbage with salt, so you want to test and make sure that the salt is okay. Sometimes, even when you rinse your cabbage well, the salt residue just remains there. Okay, it's perfect. After that, I'm just going to go in there with my shrimps. The color, wow. Okay, as I said, these ones are going in last. We have parsley, spring onions, and green pepper here. There's one thing I love about this food is the color before, and then talk less of the taste. It's heavenly. And you just let this cook for 1 minute. And there you go, it's done. Now you can eat it with whatever you want, maybe plantains, rice, potatoes, yams, whatever you want. It's just so yummy. Okay.